So these are the items you will receive. So we got a set of cylinder head nuts, a set of the cleavage, a set of push-ins for the cylinders, a set of connectors for the memory flap unit itself. Then we got the valve manifold, we got the silicon buffers, that internal cable, and the buffer for the guide block. Then I have 15 centimeter tubes and 20 centimeter tubes with those inserts. We got a full set of cylinders, some extra 8 millimeter tube and some 4 millimeter tube, and one set of memory flaps. To install this new cable harness, this plug has a clear locator slot over here that should come on the top or in that direction, so it goes in like this. Now the other side, I have folded these wires because you will have to feed it through this hole over here, and if you do that carefully, it can just fit like that. So you feed it through, then locate that plug properly like that, so that it lines up with the connector that comes out of the machine. And then you can straighten this out and put that in the manifold board. That's the other way around, like this. Yeah, but if you straighten it out, then you know that direction no longer matters. These two wires from the air pressure switch normally go directly to that plug over here, and since you're gonna replace that one, you just need to cut them here somewhere close to that plug, and then you hook them up to where I have this black wire link over there. It doesn't really matter which wire goes where, it's just that one goes in this pin, the other one goes in that one. These cylinders have two different push-in connectors. The one at the front end of the cylinder is an angled one, and the one at the rear is a straight one. The front one you tighten with a 7 millimeter spanner, not too tight of course. And the one in the rear you can do with a 2.5 millimeter Allen key, also not too tight. Then I have two sets of tubes. I got 20 centimeter tubes and 15 centimeter tubes. The 20 centimeter ones, as you can see, they have a metal insert over there to provide back pressure on the forward motion. So that one goes here. And then the one at the back is just a tube without any insert. Normally, after you push this tube in, suppose you want to take it out, then the insert usually stays behind in this connector, and that's totally fine. Just make sure that there is an insert on this side of the cylinder. So even if it's stuck in there, you can still push the 4 millimeter tube inside that connector, and then it will seal properly with that metal insert. To install the cylinder, you need a 8 millimeter spanner and a 17 millimeter T socket wrench. So you put the cylinder in the unit. Then you put the head nut on there. you tighten it a little bit until it makes contact with the front of the memory flap unit. That's why you need that 8mm spanner, because you can hold the cylinder at the back so that it stays straight. I can feel now that those two surfaces match, and then I give it a quarter turn. So, and then the cylinder is fixed. Then you put the buffers in place. And then finally the cleavage. Give it a bit more force. Okay. All right. Then you can put the valve manifold in there. So remember that these two wires will be your air pressure switch. At the moment I don't worry about that. So the cable goes in here. Some screws in there. Okay, and then we can hook up those tubes. So let's put the exhaust tubes first. So we got the bottom tube. So this one runs to this exhaust, and this bottom one runs to this one. Then we get the infeed, goes to the middle, so that one connects to that one. Then this exhaust connects to the top one there. The other infeed goes to the middle here. And this exhaust connects to here. Okay. Then we can connect the cylinders themselves. So the rear end of the cylinder, so this side, goes to the bottom of the manifold. And then obviously the top one, or the front one, goes to the top. Yeah. So you do that for all 12. And then you come to the two for the nozzle. So for the nozzle, you have these two inserts, because the previous tubes were 6mm and now they are 4mm. So you got two of these that plug in the bottom of these two connectors. And then you can use your 4mm tube to go to the manifold, and then this one connects to the top of that valve, and this side connects to the bottom of that valve. So then it should look like this. Now these tubes for the cylinders, they're all supplied on a fixed cut length, So the ones that connect to the front are the 20 centimeter ones, and the ones that connect to the back are the 15 centimeter ones. You may need to trim that a little bit, because the outside ones are a bit further away from the manifold than the inside ones. So you may need to trim maybe 1 or 2 or 3 centimeters to make that fit nicely. But other than that, that's how it should look like.